Hey, it's another week, another recipe, and today we are trying a mid-century recipe that's not only quick and easy, but will also make you reconsider your life choices. Come join me. Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Courtney Morris, and I cook histories, forgotten recipes on a brand of cookbooks I find, sometimes websites, sometimes viewer submissions, and today I think I picked one that's actually going to kill me. So it should be fun. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. I hope you stick around to the end and enjoy the video and join our community. We have a lot of fun here. And if you're coming back for more, hello, my utmost thanks for showing up once more in my kitchen with me, and I hope you enjoy the video as well. All right, guess who scored up at the book sale again? I found a 1965, I think it's 1965. The copyright says 52, 53, and 65, so I think you go with the last date. Better Homes and Garden Cookbook, and if you can get your hands on an old one of these, snap it up. They are so good, and I mean, albeit some weird ones in there, but for the most part, really good. I actually had another recipe that I was going to do, but then I was perusing this and saw 15-minute Banquet in the Jiffy cooking section because we're all busy people, and the first one on the page is 15-minute Banquet, and I think I just picked something that might just kill me. Let me show you what's in it. We not only have Spam, or I picked luncheon meat because that's what it says. It actually says luncheon meat. I don't think I could use a brand name. So, you know, my favorite Spam. Peach jelly. Yams, which is another one of my foods. And cloves. Do you guys remember, this might be an American audience thing only, but I think it was it the old Sesame Street? It was an old kids show where they had like 4 things on the screen, and it was one of these things does not go together, one of these things just doesn't belong, and there's this whole song where kids had to pick out which one was different. And this was what was going through my head as I was driving home from Walmart, of all of these things do not go together. None of these things should be on my counter at all. So I'm not gonna knock it till I try it, because I do know, after experiencing a lot of these recipes that I've done, some of the weird ones actually are really good. And some of the weird ones just are, like the cat won't even eat it, and neither will the dog. So we'll see. Let's get cracking. All right, so I'm gonna turn my skillet on to, I think, medium high. I'm supposed to take one of these and cut it into 8 slices. That's a 12 ounce. I got the 7 ounce because I don't want to make a lot of this if it kills me. So it's actually good and it's worth keeping, and my family will try it if I don't tell them what it is. Then we'll redo it, but either way. Okay, we're gonna cut this into slices. This is like the worst part of Spam. Now, I will say, if you had seen the Spam fritter recipe I did, what was it, last year or something? It was absolutely awful. Awful, 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 awful. But since then, I have actually learned to like Spam well enough if it is crispy and fried, and I've been actually really liking it over rice with an over-easy egg and the Korean gochujang sauce, and that's been really good. It's still not my favorite thing, but I don't hate it as much, and I've realized that as long as I don't put it in a batter, it's not bad. I'm a little less squeamish on it. Do I like cutting this up? Absolutely not. Okay, now I'm supposed to stud these with whole cloves. Do you eat cloves? I have to look that up before I actually try this. I know you use them for cooking and stuff, but I don't know if I don't think you eat them. I think you might have, I don't know. I'll look it up. How many are you supposed to do? I know cloves and meat together aren't that weird. It has been used in recipes in the past for centuries. So now that I did that, I need a skillet. I need to brown it on both sides in 1 tablespoon of butter or margarine. Okay, so while I'm waiting for this to brown, I want to talk a little bit about my yam situation, because as you'll see, it says yams on it, and underneath it says cut sweet potatoes. So I have done more research than I personally think necessary on what is a yam and what is a sweet potato, and apparently Americans just don't know the difference. We just call sweet potatoes yams across the board, and yams are sweet potatoes no matter what color they are, and our grocery stores can't even figure it out, because even in my grocery store with the fresh, I swear it changes too. The orange ones are yams and the white ones are sweet potatoes, and then the white ones are yams, and then it's just nobody can keep it straight. I'm going with the stance that canned things have been around for a while, and the American housewife would have probably just picked it up and said, this is a yam. Now yams are one of my foods that I am trying to be an adult about today, maybe just today, because I remember specifically Thanksgiving where my grandma, when I was a kid, like I had to been elementary school, like a little kid, my grandma had made, she would always make like sweet potato, I think it was a sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top. Or it was yams on the marshmallows on top. I don't even know. But whatever it was one of those things with the marshmallows on top, and I about barfed. It was awful. It was hot, and it was the same, like the equivalent reaction to, if you saw last week's video, hot squash, like hot zucchini. Just not having it, not a thing, way too sweet, and I just didn't like it. And so I don't even know if my grandma actually made yams, but in my little 8-year-old brain, I connected sweet potatoes and yams to be disgusting. So, now, that being said, as an adult, I tried sweet potato fries, and I actually didn't mind them, and I make them occasionally here, but I figured out that I have to have them crispy and savory, kind of like this. It's like, they gotta be fried to a crisp, so I can't actually taste it. I don't know. So, I feel like I am growing up just slightly on this channel by forcing myself to try the old yucky things. So I'm going to rinse these because the only yams I could find in the store that were canned, as it does call canned, was sweet potatoes in syrup, which of course, because we are American, sugar's in everything. So I'm going to rinse this off because I can't find just plain canned stuff. All right, so we're going to flip these. Looks like they've browned on one side, and actually the addition of cloves mixed with the Spam actually doesn't smell bad. It's not, I mean, the best thing in the world, but it doesn't smell bad at all. It's not necessarily the Spam and clove actually don't smell bad, like I just said. What's killing me now is that. Oh baby, I just rinsed this in a colander and stuck it back in the can, but it's obviously pre-cooked because it's canned. It's mushy, it's squashy, it's effervescent. So now it says to scoot this over to the side, and we are going to, what's next? Add the can of yams, drained. And sprinkle with salt. Now, since these are already cooked, I'm not entirely sure how, I'm not supposed to actually cook them. It just says add it and then sprinkle with salt and then spoon 1/3 of a cup of peach or pineapple preserves over the meat and the yam. Yeah, roughly. Okay, we're supposed to turn this down to low. I'm assuming we're letting our jelly kind of melt, and we're supposed to heat it until it's glazed and basted often. This is really difficult to work with. This looks terrible. I'm not sure how to describe this. Imagine coming home from a long day of work to a plate of something that looks like the dog yacked up. Oh. This is... I mean, I will say it's probably not the weirdest thing I could make. I have not delved into the 1970s oddities yet, but well, it's been about 5 minutes and that's what it said, and it is kind of glazed over. I suppose, oh, it just says add 1 tablespoon of water if necessary. I think it's done. Now, I suppose I get to make this look presentable. I don't know how to do that. I normally would try for a dinner plate, but for the sake of the aesthetics and a thumbnail that I have to take for this video, I'm going to try and make it look as pretty as I can. Please click on these videos. Thinking this through, glazed ham, like honey glazed ham or an apricot glazed ham I've actually had, and in that sense, I get it. That actually is pretty good. I'm not really a ham person per se, but that isn't bad. So I can see where they're going on like a mock glazed ham, if you will. Okay, I know lettuce was a popular garnish for weird things, so I mean, that makes it look a little more festive. I'm gonna take a picture of this before I ruin it. Just a minute. All right, well, dinner is served. It's a very small meal. I halved the recipe, so it would be most likely twice as big. Which part do I start? I'm gonna start with what I think might be better. It's not the worst thing I've ever had. It's not bad. Like, second bite. Second bite. Yes, Mom, you'll be proud of me. 2 bites. Shock to the taste buds, I know. The meat is not bad. Not exactly how I would fix it, but it's not bad, because I'm dying over here. Now I'm gonna try a little bit firmer part, because some of it got mushy because it was smaller pieces. Oh, it's big. Let's try a small piece. If I can get it. Oh. Just the smell. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a big kid. No. Ugh. No. I just reverted back into my little 8-year-old self of just dying at the dinner table. I'm sweating a little bit. Okay. Spam, fine. I will take this in a heartbeat. No problem. That's great. This is... No. There are better 15-minute dinners out there. I would eat a box of Kraft mac and cheese before I would eat this, and that's saying a lot because I hate that stuff too. So, I know, unpopular opinion, but okay, let's zen. All right, if you like sweet potatoes or yams, you might like this. If you don't mind the texture of just mush, I mean, honestly, it might not be as bad if you used fresh and you could cook your yam or sweet potato to less of a pulp. Then I could see that possibly being better. I can't believe how much I just felt like a little kid again at the table. Okay, well, it's been a while since I've had one of these. It's been a while, like I've done a couple sort of weird recipes, but they haven't turned out absolutely awful. This is awful. All right, 10 out of 10. This part gets a 4, maybe a 5. This is a -70. If you do try it, let me know. Let me know if you actually liked it, and let me know if you try it with fresh ones if you do attempt this abomination. Thank you for staying till the end. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you joined the community. If you haven't already, I was looking on there's a little page when you make a YouTube channel where you can see like how many subscribers you have and views and all that sort of stuff. And we're almost to 1,000. Like I think we're like 5 people off from 900. So feel free to leave me a recipe in the comments. Otherwise, just say hi to me in the comments. Let me know I wasn't alone in my kitchen today and that you were here with me. Well, enjoying seeing me gag because I can't say enjoying this recipe very much. So, all right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support, and I will see you next time. Bye.